My name is Graham Warren. I'm a volunteer with the Campaign to Protect Rural England. I was formerly Water Resources Manager for the Environment Agency in Kent. I'm a hydro-geologist, and I was here to talk about fracking and its impact on water resources in the Weald of Kent and Sussex.
Why did you get involved in this initiative?
Well, while I'm with CPRE, of course, these sort of developments come to our notice as part of preliminary inquiries for planning applications. So naturally, as consultees, we were very concerned about the effect of fracking on the water resources of the chalk aquifer of the North Downs, in the case of Kent particularly, and our first involvement was with an application by Coastal Oil and Gas for development of sites near Dover, where they will have to drill through the chalk into the old Kent coalfield mine, coal seams, where there are shales at some levels that are thought to contain gas, methane gas.
How can fracking affect these aquifers?
Well, our concern is that it involves very high pressure of what they call slick water, which is a suspension of sand and a mixture of anything up to 200 different chemicals. But the principal concern, of course, is associated with the pressure that's exerted. And that can be up to 6,000 pounds per square inch, which is makes a substantial impact, as you can imagine, on geological formations at depth. And it's our worry that the process that's designed to break up the shales to release the gas can do similar damage to the other rocks in the vicinity and create openings and pathways for these gases to come to the surface and migrate to the surface, and in doing so contaminate the groundwater of the chalk of the North Downs.
How many sources of public water are in this area?
Well, there are 3 companies that operate in Kent alone, and we estimated that there could probably be up to 20 public water supply boreholes in the chalk that could be affected by the fracking operation in the Dover area alone. And for a company to lose just 1 or 2 of those would represent a substantial loss of capacity, bearing in mind that the whole of the water resource in the southeast is rated by our Environment Agency themselves as being seriously stressed. There isn't any to spare, and we can't afford to lose any.
Which would be the perfect solution?
Not to frack. Quite simply, there have been other specialists involved in debates for some years now. As a technique, it's about 10 years old. This sort of particularly high-intensive fracturing operation, and it's not just CPRE, and it's not just the local concerned bodies. There are experts in the country and on the continent that have all come to the same conclusion, that wherever there are faults in the rock system, fractures or planes of weakness that allow rocks to move against each other, it would be disastrous to frack in situations like that. You can start small earthquakes, almost anything. Earthquakes are probably the least of our concern, because what's happening at the surface corresponds to even greater pressures at depth. And that's where the real damage is done from the point of view of the water table.